What is up, guys? Don Russo from Nerdy Music with you today. We're almost to the Game of the Year awards, and we wanted to give you our top 5 for best score in music. But before we start, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. So let's get rocking. And rocking couldn't be more fitting for the first soundtrack. Coming in at number 5 on our list is Doom Eternal. When I think of Hellscape, I immediately think of deep, rocking, distorted guitar riffs. And this is thanks to Mick Gordon and the sound he created for the Doom franchise. He gets this sound that is just like so beefy, and it's attributed to this 9-string guitar that he has. 9 strings! That's crazy. The droning, repetitive, chunky riffs evoke this exhaustive and brutal environment of the underworld. So well that I'm actually going to use it in my own Dungeons & Dragons campaign that is currently happening because we're headed to the 9 Hells. From The Only Thing They Fear Is You to Meat Hook, otherwise known as Slayer Gate, this soundtrack is ripping from start to finish. You can close your eyes and listen and almost feel the heat of lava pouring through hell. Number 4. Please hold your disappointment until the end. Final Fantasy VII. I know a lot of fans will be upset at this placement, but it's only getting docked because it's a remake. This one is almost unfair, as the original 1997 soundtrack is possibly one of the best soundtracks of all time. With iconic songs like Fight On and Let the Battles Begin, it's almost impossible not to get pumped up. Nobuo Uematsu is the original genius composer behind Final Fantasy VII and had a hand in most everything musical that has come out of the Final Fantasy franchise. He worked with Hamauzu and Suzuki on the remake. They took an already epic soundtrack and made it even more powerful, epic, and modern, while managing to preserve the melodies that won the hearts of many late 90s gamers. Number 3. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Nominated for 3 Game of the Year awards, I think Ori and the Will of the Wisps will be a lock for Best Arts Direction. The graphics in this game are just gorgeous, and the music translate very well into this beauty. It's just beautiful, just like the art and the story. Gareth Coker, who has composed for Darksiders, Minecraft, and Ark, truly did an amazing job capturing the playfulness of this game. The orchestral sounds, warm pads, and large reverbs really bring an etherealness to this soundtrack. My only criticism is that it lacks a bit of variety on some of the other tracks, but overall, Coker really nailed the feel of the game. Coming in at number 2. The Last of Us Part 2. The Last of Us Part 2 has a whopping 11 nominations, making it easily the favorite for Game of the Year. It's hard for me not to be partial, as I am a guitarist. I'm also obsessed with Critical Role, and if you know Critical Role, Ashley Johnson from Critical Role is up for Best Performer for playing Ellie. Let's talk about the soundtrack. Gustavo Santaolalla, Andrew Burish, Anthony Caruso, and Jonathan Mayer, not to be confused with John Mayer, they did a great job with The Last of Us 2. It offers us a broad variety of styles. Unbroken and Longing have fingerstyle acoustic vibes that are very melodically driven. These songs are juxtaposed to tracks like Rattlers and The Obsession, which uses soundscapes to evoke imagery within the music, separate from the sound design. I love how they'll add a random slide guitar, acoustic guitar, or even a dulcimer-like sound in these modern tense tracks, keeping that grit that this game possesses. Alright, here's the moment you've been waiting for. Coming in at number 1 is Hades. This game is up for Game of the Year, Best Narrative, Best Art Direction, Best Performance, Best Indie, Best Action, and of course, Best Soundtrack. Wow, that is a lot. Darren Korb, whose writing was featured in Bastion, Transistor, and Pyre, is the composer behind this soundtrack. He describes his sound as Mediterranean prog rock Halloween. If you've never heard that genre before, it's because it didn't exist until now. That is what makes this soundtrack so great. Darren does an amazing job of blending acoustic stylings, like you can find in From Olympus, with the more rocking metal sounds one would traditionally hear from a video game based in underworld themes such as Diablo and Doom. Many of the tracks move from an almost tribal acoustic sound to a full-on in-your-face rock riff such as Rage of the Myrmidons. And who can't help but love Good Riddance, sung by Eurydice as the background track of her dedicated chamber in Asphodel. Ashley Barrett's voice is warm, pure, and beautiful. Overall, this soundtrack has great variety and captures the feel of the game perfectly. So that's it. That's our top 5. And if you'd like to see some performances from us, we've done a performance from each of these 5 games and soundtracks. So make sure you check those out on our channel. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, give us your comments. I'm sure you have your own brutal opinions. Love to hear them. Again, my name is Don Russo with Nerdy Music. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time, guys.